What's going on, smart people? Yesterday, I brought up a dope-ass Christmas gift that I got, Quantum Field Theory for Normies, and I asked in the comments section what you got for physmas. That's what we're doing today. You all commented your physmas gifts, and we're going to go through them. Let's just jump right into it. First one, Encrypted Salad. I got a box of Fun Dip from my parents, lol, and used some of the Christmas money to buy Linear Algebra Done Right by Sheldon Axler. Since your linear algebra class was not quite as theoretical as you would like, entire month of break to go through it too. That's pretty cool. For us, Christmas break falls pretty much smack dab in the middle of our Christmas break, or winter break, whatever you want to call it. But that still leaves like over 2 weeks where you could do that kind of thing. Only thing for me is I still have the qualifier exam coming up, so the rest of the rest of my break won't really be spent going through this. It'll be spent preparing for the qualifier. And what I just realized is next Christmas, I'll spend it studying for the comprehensive exam. Hooray! I do a lot of work on paper. Linear algebra is cool, by the way. It's my favorite math. I do a lot of work on paper. I used to work on whiteboards, but I don't have one in my room. It's pretty dope. So I got 5,000 sheets of printer paper. What is that, 10 reams? None of it will be in a printer. That's pretty... I know one of my good friends, he only writes on printer paper. It's kind of weird. And then I started doing that, actually, when I ran out of engineering paper. I got myself another month's worth of rent for Christmas. Struggles of being a student. Moved to New Mexico. The rent is cheap. The air quality is pretty terrible if you're into that, but at least the apartments aren't very expensive. I got my first physics textbook Christmas gift this year. It was Townsend's Quantum Mechanics. Let me know how that is. I don't know anything about that quantum mechanics book. I do have a collection of them, though. I have like 5. Both books are very good. If you're going to study QFT seriously, you need both of them and more. I think he's talking about how I brought up the Schroeder book, the Peskin and Schroeder, and then the one that I got by Schwartz. Klein-Gordon and Dirac equations are better in Peskin. Well, Klein-Gordon is just... that's like almost a one-liner. Actually, I've derived that in a video. Dirac equation is better in Peskin. Renormalization group is amazing on Peskin. Path integral quantization is better in Schwartz. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to go through this in more detail. Appreciate that kind of comment. Textbook. I'm illiterate. Textbook is as useful to me as pillow. Okay, pillows are super useful. Are you kidding me? Try going to bed without a pillow. Try going to bed without a textbook. These are the equivalent. These images are the same. I did not hit her. For those of you who don't get it, my sister got me a The Room shirt where it's Tommy Wiseau and one of his lines in there. Kelly and I love that movie. I did not. I got a book gift card because no one understands what books I want. Yeah, I had to be very specific. I screenshotted books on Amazon in order to make sure I wasn't getting like another Michio Kaku book. Nothing against Michio Kaku. I just already have all of them. Hi, happy Physmas. I got 3 books. Origin of Species. That's really cool. Mind and Matter by Schrodinger, and a collection of 2 books by Aristotle, Metaphysics and Magna Moralia, and some money to buy more books. You just had nested parentheses. Oh no, that's a smiley face. I got lucky this Christmas. See, it's cool to know that I'm not the only one who likes getting textbooks for Christmas. Tommy Wiseau. Andrew, what did you think of Brilliant? Do you use it? If so, do you like it? I'm considering getting a membership, but I'm not sure. I think I've dabbled with it once or twice. I don't really use Brilliant. From what I understand, it's a really cool resource, but I'm just not too familiar with it. Maybe if they want to sponsor me, I will check it out more. For 21,000 subscribers. Not likely. I received a copy of the same textbook today. Go figure. It looks very readable. Oh, so you got the Quantum Field Theory book as well. I'm definitely not a fan of Peskin and Schroeder. I've liked what I've read of Weinberg, but he can be on the formidable side sometimes. Well, his book is massive. That's the comprehensive quantum field theory textbook. Everything's in there. You're so nerdy and dedicated to your field. I love it. I got an Avengers mug and some of the world's spiciest hot sauce. I'm not a huge fan of hot sauce, but I do love Marvel. Griffith's particle physics. I've seen that online. I have a love-hate relationship with Griffiths. I'll admit it. I love Griffiths E&M. Not a huge fan of Griffiths Quantum, and then I see the particle physics, and I'm afraid to give it a try. I don't know what level it's pitched at. I hear it's rough, and he makes his book look like a children's book. Well, his quantum book is a children's book. Let's be real. Got the entire collection of Richard Feynman, 6 easy pieces, 6 not so easy pieces, QED, Surely you're joking, Mr. Feynman. That is amazing. They have a lot of Richard Feynman's books at Barnes & Noble. I was pretty surprised. Another QFT book you might be interested in, Quantum Field Theory of Point Particles and Strings by Brian Hatfield. At some point, see, I'm not there yet. That's something I'll grow into eventually, but I'm too far from being able to comprehend things like string theory to where this book that I got yesterday seems much more approachable, something that I can handle. String theory, I'm not there yet. A bunch of new markers, new printer, a wireless charger, bank thing for my phone, Matt Parker's new book, Humble Pie, just for kicks. I think I'm going to that SpongeBob EP where he got office supplies from his grandma because he was an adult. Grandma's cookies. Paperback copy. Let's see. So, Matt Parker's books. He's the number file guy. I've never read any of his books, but he's cool on video. Paperback copy of Dummett and Foote's Abstract Algebra. I would love a good abstract algebra book. I don't know what any good ones are. I got Geometry, Topology, and Physics by Nakahara for Christmas. I'm so keen to read it and learn from it. That's all in one book? Geometry, Topology, and Physics? Well, I guess they're more or less related. What's that one thing they said in PBS Spacetime that's always stuck with me? And I'm going to butcher it. I'm going to get them in reverse. Topology is global. Geometry is local. So there's that. Hearing Andrew talk about physics stuff increases my IQ. Your intelligence points. Introduction to Space Physics textbook and math/physics themed socks. Space physics. What's the difference between space physics and astrophysics? Or is that just... Are they the same thing? Let me know in the comments. That's cool. Kelly has some astronomy socks, I think. Or maybe they're just physics socks. One of my friends got Space, Time, and Geometry by Carol for Christmas. I heard that's an amazing textbook, too. I heard that's a very, very good book. Concepts in Thermal Physics by Blundell. That's a silly name. Intro to E&M by Griffiths. You're gonna love that book if you haven't already read it already. Thermal Physics. God, don't remind me that that's coming back up. I don't care about my theory. Is renormalizable. It has a natural cutoff. Oh, so you're just trolling. In the end, I said, subscribe or I'll... What did I say? Subscribe or your theory is non-renormalizable. That's pretty cool that book has a whole section for non-renormalizable theories. I got In Pursuit of the Unknown, 17 Equations That Changed the World. I'm buying a textbook on applied mathematics by Gilbert Strang. It's pretty cool. When I think of applied mathematics, I just think of PDEs. Unknown 17 Equations That Changed the World. That's pretty cool, too. I got Sakurai Quantum Mechanics. That's personally my favorite quantum mechanics book. It's not an undergrad book. I wouldn't recommend that for learning quantum, but I think it's pretty comprehensive, and I like it more than Shankar. I got a telescope and a break from school. Time to study for physics. My telescope is still wrapped up at my apartment. There's just no place to put it. I think we might move somewhere else next year, hopefully with more real estate. That way we can actually use the telescope. I looked at the title and said, "This will be the best video ever produced." Epic troll. You just got. I got an SAT practice book, Merry Christmas. By the way, what does your shirt say? The part that I could see was I did not hit her. Yeah, it's from The Room. I already went over that. Someone just explained it. Oh, hi, Mark. Apparently, I'm a smart people. Yes, you are. Disaster theory. Well, The Room, but yeah. I got air molecules. I got a rock. What physics book would you recommend for someone who doesn't have deep knowledge in physics like me, as I'm in what would be in the U.S. the senior year of high school, and I know about physics from what I've seen on channels, Veritasium, but I do not have knowledge about the math involving it. Well, if you don't have knowledge of the math, the only physics you'll really be able to dive into with the math is going to be introductory physics, but that doesn't mean you still can't enjoy the popular science books, like anything written by Neil deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku. I know Neil deGrasse Tyson is a hot topic right now, to say the least, but the books are still really helpful. They still paint a picture of how enjoyable the subject is. So if you're just trying to find out what's out there, the interesting things that are out there, like I did when I was in high school and early college actually, the popular science ones are pretty good, especially Feynman stuff. But if you're trying to solve problems, you're at the introductory physics level, so an introductory physics book is probably best. Hey Dad, hey son. First, heart. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to heart these comments. I really enjoyed Peskin and Schroeder's QFT book. I'd love to see a future video where you review Schwartz's book. How many pages is this book? Over 600. 700 pages. Over 700 pages. So it'll be a while. You are a QFT guy. One day I will be. Andrew, I got the following books for Christmas. Quantum Physics by Verma, a popular Indian textbook on basic quantum mechanics and more involved problems. Advanced Quantum by Sakurai. I saw that was on Amazon, and I didn't really understand what the difference was between that and the other book, but it actually does go into much more in depth with quantum mechanics. Resnick Volume 2 was coming apart, so I bought a hardcover. I love hardcover textbooks, but they're always so much more expensive. Refer to it to the rest of my life. That's true too. It'll last you. I believe we must master modern quantum mechanics and advanced quantum before tackling QFT. Yeah, I'm sure you know that, but you can tackle it, especially if you're taking a class by fall 2019. Thank you for the content. It's so awesome to see people talk real physics. I'm finishing my bachelor's degree this year, and you've become a huge motivation. Why are you guys always so nice? Every now and then I'll get like a mean comment or like a troll or something like that, but for the most part, everyone is just so nice. That's a decent book. Took a couple of courses with that book. Peskin and Schroeder is a good compliment, but it moves quick. Yeah, I've heard that the Schroeder book is kind of like the industry standard for learning quantum field theory, but it just didn't. All the reviews I saw where no one was particularly fond of it. Excellent. I've been meaning to get to that book too. It looks really good, modern and comprehensible. Good choice indeed. Start reading it now, bit by bit, over a few years, a few times. Your understanding and skill will evolve. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. How about what's in my smartphone video for next year? I was gonna do a video of what I have bookmarked. It was like maybe that would be a funny video, or not a funny video, but just see what I thought was valuable enough to have bookmark and have something that I can always reference no matter what. What's in my smartphone? I have Dokkan Battle, and that's it. I thought that's a giveaway. After Christmas, I finally bought a Raspberry Pi. I finally own a Raspberry Pi. Oh, isn't that coding thing? When I took a course in C++, they had a voluntary thing with Raspberry Pi, but I didn't go to it, so I don't really know what that is. Okay, that's what you look for Christmas. What? Oh, I have an ad. I have an ad on my own video. Santa gave me QFT lectures by Sidney Coleman. A Coleman lecture in field theory isn't merely part of a course, it's an adventure. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Nice recommendation. I'm ready to start on that stuff right away. Quantum mechanics. There's a lot of quantum books that I haven't actually heard, and I'm actually at the end of the comments. How many were there? Castlevania's Symphony of Light and We Bear Bear's Bathroom Scale. Is that one name? I think those are two different things. You like that, me? Sure. Great. Okay, it looks like that does it. I don't have any more comments. How many were there total? 87, so that was a shorter one. I also didn't advertise that I was going to do this video. So that makes me feel better. I'm not a total nerd, or at least I'm in good company. A lot of people wanted textbooks for Christmas or rent for an apartment, which is totally understandable. It seems like more of you are starting or in your winter break. Let me know in the comment section what you have planned for the rest of your winter break. I'm not going to do a video on that. I try to space these kinds of things out a little bit at least. But let me know in the comment section, and I will see you guys there.